and welcome to the Progressive Perspective with Ron Rivers. In this episode, we will discuss why the federal and state government should embrace the future of labor today. Change changes. It's the fundamental aspect of the universe, and the way we work is no exception. Throughout the world, production is advancing, but the corporate-dominated political machine of the United States has failed to keep up. Progressives bear the task of sharing information about the future of labor and the vision for what we could create with it. Thank you for listening to the Progressive Perspective. Throughout history, labor has been a primary defining factor in the human experience. For the majority of us, it is the task that we dedicate the majority of our time and mental resources to each week. Labor, like everything else in our universe, is subject to varying degrees of change that bring along new sets of human-centric problems to solve. Unfortunately, history has taught us that resistance to change is almost as common as change itself. The solution is to encourage the proactive embrace of our present shift from a manufacturing economic model to a knowledge-based labor model, linking labor, economics, and politics together to form new structures and ideas to facilitate an evolution that is pluralistic. To prepare, we should begin by understanding why we are here. A whole new world. Globalized trade and labor function on theories of global exchange between wealthy advanced economies and emerging economies with low-cost human labor. The historical relationship between the United States and China is one example that illustrates this point. The outsourcing of labor-intensive, low-value goods has been a cornerstone of U.S. business strategies for decades. Putting aside the ethical and moral conversation about the conditions in which Chinese workers operate under for another article, this strategy has proven to be a useful model in the past. Today, U.S. tensions with China and other international trading partners grow, both because of the present administrative policies and the transformation of global economies to a knowledge economy model. Knowledge economies are the ones where the most advanced form of productivity is highly skilled, highly transferable labor. Companies operating under knowledge economy models integrate production, research, and innovation into one continuous process that allows them to perpetually transform the organization's products and services. What sets knowledge economy organizations apart is not strictly correlated to better outputs relative to inputs, but rather their ability to quickly rise to the top of a specific market niche and remain there. Consider Google as an example. Their talent, technology, and operational culture give them incredible power to ensure that they stay at the forefront of innovation within their desired niches. Google's position as an innovative leader is secure because within their organization, innovation and production are linked as one. The ability to stay at the forefront of innovation within a vertical is the destiny of many existing and future companies operating under knowledge economy models, and one of the primary reasons for progressive policymakers and thinkers to proactively foster the growth of these organizations. It is already changing the nature of how we cooperate with other countries and has tremendous potential to transform global societies. The challenge we face in embracing this transformation is how to decouple the antiquated political and economic ideologies of the past from where we need to go in the future. Designing uncertain employment. One of the primary roadblocks to breaking open access to this new innovative labor model is that the organizations at the forefront shield themselves from challenge through our existing laws of property and contract. Developed during a time when the present arrangements were frankly inconceivable, these structural arrangements impose a limitation on American innovation. Observing our current circumstances, we know that megacorporations of today have essentially commoditized their production models by outsourcing labor to other parts of the world where human capital is cheap and taxes are low. The ability to maximize capital gains at each level of value generation creates a cascading impact, where the most advanced knowledge economy firms can grow at incredible rates to solidify their power. While nothing mentioned in the prior statement is news to any students of business or economics, the implications are compounding and disheartening. If we observe the present trajectory of labor, it is clear that we are rapidly entering a space of permanent, uncertain employment, often cited as the gig economy. Now, we can observe this shift around the world, but especially in wealthy economies like the United States. Politically, the impacts of these economic shifts are already being felt and will only open up future opportunities for ill-intentioned abusers in the future as industry-wide disruption begins to occur more rapidly. The old mass production economic models were the foundation of some of the political thought and theory that we practice today. Proactively embracing these new economic models through innovations in our legal arrangements will help insulate ourselves from bad actors while simultaneously heightening our ability to address unexpected but immediate challenges. Opening access to innovation. As continuous innovation is central to the function of firms, the best and most advanced practices and technologies become further concentrated in just a handful of companies. The isolation of knowledge is supported legally by property and contract laws written from a place in time-space and human consciousness that is not reflective of our present trajectory. In a sense, we are actively participating in the stifling of innovation and experimentation here in the United States, the exact opposite of what we would be doing under a proactive embracing of the knowledge economy. I believe that a unifying purpose for every American should be to actively fight for the spread of knowledge economy practice and procedure in every productive vertical that can use it. We can approach this effort from numerous directions, such as requiring large firms to develop free continuing education programs, revising patent laws, legally requiring finance to be tied to the real economy, and deepening cooperation between existing firms and new innovators. Opening up access to more people to learn, explore, and work with the most innovative technologies and techniques will significantly raise the floor that every innovator stands on. Imagine a new startup working in logistical technologies having access to Amazon's proprietary patents and practice and being able to use them in their own direction. By revising patent laws to support new innovators over existing market giants, we give ourselves the ability to expand beyond anything possible today. If it sounds radical and incompatible with the present arrangements, you're right. But what is the alternative? Do we continue to allow the select few companies to dictate all experimentation and innovation at the highest levels? No, we do not. That is a pathway to the dystopian future that we're all tired of hearing about, reading about, and seeing. Our reality is that the future is not waiting for us, it is here. If we're open to embracing the future of labor and acting in a way to create structural arrangements that empower innovation over profit, we will provide ourselves more opportunity to express our productive power in the direction of our choice. In rejecting the past's grasp on the present, we take a significant step towards a more pluralistic future that evolves proactively without the need for crisis.